Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from the Tippecanoe County Public Library. I'm here today to tell you about the book Phineas Gage, A Gruesome But True Story About Brain Science by John Fleischman. Phineas Gage had an important job with the railroad back in 1848. He was in charge of blowing up mountainous rock. Unlike now, where we have machinery to help with heavy construction, like building railroads, most of the work was done by men with hand tools. One of the first steps was blasting the rock so that it could be carried away easily. These explosions were Phineas's specialty. His most important tool was the tamping iron. It was 3 feet 7 inches long and weighed over 13 pounds and was slightly pointed at one end. When they blow up the rock, the first step is to make a small hole in the rock. Then gunpowder is added to the hole and Phineas would then add a fuse. Finally, sand is added, and Phineas would use his tamping iron to pack it all down tight. The fuse would be lit, and the rock would blow up into tiny pieces that the men could carry away. It was as simple as that. Well, maybe not quite that simple. On September 13th in 1848, something went wrong. When Phineas used his tamping iron, the gunpowder exploded, and the tamping iron went flying out of the hole like a bullet and went through Phineas's head. Yes, you heard me correctly. It went through his head. Let's say this balloon is Phineas's head. The tamping iron went through his left cheek, past his left eye, and out the top of his head, just like that. You want to know the crazy thing? Phineas was fine. As he was being taken to the doctors in a horse-drawn cart, he was sitting up and talking. He had a few bad weeks physically. He was completely fine. Phineas was able to go on with his life and live relatively healthy. However, just because he was physically okay didn't mean he was mentally okay. Find out what was wrong with Phineas and why Phineas Gage, A Gruesome and True Story About Brain Science by John Fleischman. You can get this book about Phineas Gage at your library, or you can check out an e-book version on both the Libby and Hoopla apps. You can also listen to the story of Phineas Gage on the Hoopla app. If you like this title, you may also like Who Was Nikola Tesla, Whoosh, Lonnie Johnson's Super Soaker Stream of Inventions, Wild Woman of the Wild West, or The Brilliant Deep, Rebuilding of the World's Coral Reef, all available through the library. Do you want to know how to poke a hole through a balloon without popping it? Well, you're going to need 3 things. You're going to need a balloon, a skewer, and soap. You can also use vegetable oil. So the first thing you're going to do is blow up your balloon, but you don't want to blow it up all the way. Then you're going to take the soap in your fingers and rub it up and down your skewer. So you're going to stick the skewer into the end. You know how it's a little thicker right by the knot? Then there's usually a thicker end on the opposite end as well. This is where you want to poke through. So very slowly and twist ever so slightly, poke your skewer in. And then go through. Same thing. Just twist and poke a little bit. Sometimes it's a little difficult. And there you go. You've poked a skewer right through a balloon.